Listen to this very carefully. A shocking secret, buried deep within the highest echelons of the medical establishment, reveals a truth so potent it could shatter the pharmaceutical industry overnight. A brilliant neuroscientist, whose name I dare not utter for fear of reprisal, was threatened with death, forced into hiding, all because he uncovered the single greatest enemy to your mind and body after 60. They don't want you to know this. They want to hide it, because this vital, life-saving insight could give you back 10, even 15 years of vibrant memory, pain-free movement, and true independence. We are talking about the cellular sludge choking every joint, nerve, and thought in your brain, silently, relentlessly, dragging you towards a future you dread. And the pharmaceutical companies? The corrupt hospitals? They thrive on your suffering. They profit from your pain, wanting you to believe this sludge is part of aging, so they can keep you hooked on expensive, ineffective pills, year after year, until you're nothing but a shell of your former self. You know the feeling, don't you? That sickening dread every morning when you first try to move. Your body isn't yours anymore. It's petrified, like someone poured cement into your joints while you slept. The first 45 minutes of your day become a torturous ritual, just unlocking what moved freely. You reach for your coffee, but your shoulders won't lift above your head until noon. You try to tie your shoelaces, but your hips lock, your back screams, and the floor itself becomes inaccessible territory. That dropped spoon. It stays there forever, a cruel monument to what you can no longer do. And climbing stairs? Forget it. You crawl, one step at a time, like a baby, while a grandchild watches, their innocent eyes seeing a stranger, not the energetic grandparent you once were. The shame burns deep in your gut, an inescapable humiliation. It's not just the physical prison, is it? It's the invisible chains of social isolation. Every invitation now sparks dread. You invent excuses, I'm tired, or I have commitments, when the truth is you're terrified. Terrified of needing the bathroom, of a potential accident, of that constant, faint smell others might notice. You remember that heartbreaking moment. A grandchild runs to hug you, and you stiffen, gently push them away, not wanting their warmth, but fearing a leak, a stain, a moment of profound shame. You feel like a pariah, self-imposed, hiding in your own home, watching life pass you by. Friends stop visiting because, let's be honest, it's depressing. You feel like an inconvenience, a burden. The pitying glances in restaurants, strangers helping you onto a bus, treating you like a child, or worse, an invalid. You were once vibrant, capable, a pillar of your family. Now, just old furniture, taking up space. And the pills. Oh, the pills. Your mornings start not with sunlight, but the clatter of plastic as you sort that monstrous organizer. You know, with chilling certainty, miss the 8 a.m. dose, and by 10 a.m. you'll be groaning in bed, feeling every shard of broken glass inside your joints. But do they even work? Really? You're a walking chemical experiment, a cocktail of side effects worse than the disease. Ruined stomach, overloaded liver, a mind forgetting grandchildren's names mid-sentence. You pay more for monthly medication than your entire food bill, watching savings evaporate into pharmaceutical giants' coffers. And the doctors? They don't listen. They don't see you. They see a chart, a diagnosis, a prescription. They minimize your pain as just part of aging, as if suffering were mandatory. They tell you there's no cure, only management. Lies. All lies. This system, this sick system, wants you to believe that. They want you dependent, docile, slowly fading away. But I, Marius Varsel, refuse to let that happen. I've seen this insidious process firsthand. My own mother, a woman who once danced with boundless joy, ended her days imprisoned by this cellular sludge, lost in a fog of pain and forgetfulness. Doctors just kept piling on pills, dismissing her pleas, telling her there was nothing more they could do. She died feeling abandoned, betrayed. I vowed then to uncover the truth they wanted buried. I spent years digging, poring over leaked documents, interviewing disgraced scientists, traveling to remote corners of the world where real medicine, real cures, were being developed, far from Big Pharma's greedy eyes. I found classified WHO studies, Harvard research that mysteriously vanished, undeniable proof the rich and powerful already use secret treatments in Switzerland that you were deliberately denied. They know exactly what this cellular sludge is, how it forms, and how to eliminate it. They just don't want you to know, because it threatens their multi-billion-dollar empire of pain. What if I told you the key to unlocking your body, sharpening your mind, and reclaiming your vitality isn't in another prescription? What if the true cause of this cellular sludge and the crippling pain it causes is being generated by one seemingly innocent, common habit you perform every single day? A habit actively accelerating your destruction by a staggering 80%? In just moments, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about this habit, and the only thing pharmaceutical companies, your doctors, and the entire medical establishment don't want you to know about your joints, your memory, and your future. The very next piece of information could be the most vital knowledge you receive in your entire life. Now pay attention. This is going to blow your mind. The single greatest enemy to your mind and body after 60, that innocent, common habit accelerating your destruction by a staggering 80%. It's the everyday use of highly processed, inflammatory vegetable oils. Yes, those oils in almost every packaged food, every restaurant meal, those innocent-looking bottles in your pantry canola, corn, soy, sunflower. They're poisoning you slowly, silently, and they are the true architects of the cellular sludge hijacking your joints and suffocating your brain. Here's how. Every time you consume these oils, you ignite low-grade chronic inflammation inside your body. Think of it like a constant, simmering blaze, eating away at your health. This inflammation corrodes your joints like rust, making them creak and grind. It produces a vile substance, let's call it toxin X, that invades your cartilage, dissolving it. And your brain. Even worse. This chronic inflammation sends a devastating killer protein Y marching straight into your gray matter, strangling your neurons, wrapping them in sticky, suffocating webs. These are the amyloid plaques, actively cultivated by the inflammation from these oils, choking your memory, scrambling your thoughts, pushing you into that terrifying fog. This isn't just cellular sludge, it's a biochemical battlefield, and you're unknowingly arming the enemy at every meal. And what do they tell you? Take pills. Handfuls of them. These solutions are glorified alarm clocks, turning off the pain alarm while the disease rages on. It's like your house is on fire, and they offer a blanket for the smoke detector. The fire still burns. Ask anyone taking medication for 10 years if they actually got better. No. They just traded symptoms for side effects, ruined stomach, overloaded liver, paying a fortune for temporary illusion. Physical therapy. Mopping up ice while the tap's wide open. Endless exercises, but the root cause inflammation from the oils is intact, still spewing toxin X and killer protein Y. Temporary relief, then back to square one. Injections. Chemical band-aids. They delay the inevitable with dangerous side effects, further damaging joints. A few weeks of relief, but the sludge keeps accumulating, plaques forming, destruction marching on. And then, surgery. Financed mutilation. They cut your bones, scrape out cushioning, put in plastic and metal. Replacing living tissue with artificial parts that fail, come with huge risks. And for what? You still struggle, still hurt, with a foreign object inside. The same inflammation that caused it still rages, ready to attack elsewhere. They don't remove the cause, they just swap out the victims. It's a barbaric, expensive scam. But what if there was another way? A path deliberately hidden, a true solution targeting the heart of the cellular sludge, melting it away and restoring vitality? This isn't newfangled. This is knowledge painstakingly pieced together from forgotten science and ancient wisdom, resurrected from the ashes of big pharma's greed. The brilliant neuroscientist wasn't the only one targeted. In the late 1980s, a German doctor named Dr. Klaus Richter, a pioneer in cellular detoxification, discovered a radical method to flush out these inflammatory toxins. His research on dietary lipids directly challenged the processed food industry and its pharmaceutical allies. His work was suppressed, clinics raided, findings banned. But his case documents, unearthed from a forgotten archive, provided the first undeniable clues. My journey then led me to isolated tribes in the Peruvian Amazon. Far from modern medicine, these people lived vibrant, pain-free lives into their 90s, no dementia or arthritis. Their secret? A specific, ancient ritual involving potent jungle botanicals, used for generations to cleanse the body of bad spirits, cellular toxins, and inflammation. An accidental discovery for them, but for me, the final, critical piece. Combined with the suppressed science of Dr. Richter and the insights from the persecuted neuroscientist, a revolutionary system emerged. I've named it the Cellular Detonator Protocol. It's so powerful, so precise, it doesn't just manage symptoms, it obliterates the root cause. This protocol specifically targets the inflammatory pathways ignited by those harmful vegetable oils, neutralizing toxin X and disintegrating killer protein Y. It systematically flushes out the accumulated sludge, literally melting the rust from your joints, unclogging the channels in your brain, allowing your body to heal itself, naturally, completely. Imagine this: walking into your doctor's office, not hunched, not on a cane, but standing tall, moving with ease, a spring in your step. Your doctor, who dismissed your pain as just aging, will stare, baffled, asking, "What did you do?" You'll just smile, a quiet, knowing triumph in your eyes. Imagine your son asking you for help to move furniture, your daughter calling for your advice, valuing your sharp mind and newfound energy. Your grandchildren will run to you, excited to play, to be lifted, without fear of an accident or a twinge of pain. You'll dance with them, chase them, living fully, showing them the grandparent you always were. Now, look in the mirror. Not that defeated shell, but the person you used to be. Vibrant, capable, independent. You'll feel a deep surge of self-respect, knowing you took back control, defied their lies, reclaimed your life. This isn't just about moving freely or thinking clearly. It's about reclaiming your dignity, your purpose, your very self. This information, the complete cellular detonator protocol, is dangerous. It threatens the multi-billion-dollar empire of pain. They don't want this out. They will try to silence me. But I am making it available to you, right now, to those brave enough to listen. I will only be revealing the very first, critical step of this protocol to those watching this video right now. This knowledge is too powerful, too vital to remain public indefinitely. When this video reaches 10,000 views, I will take it down. The window is closing. You need to act. And that information begins with unmasking the silent killer, the seemingly innocent common habit that's been systematically destroying your body from the inside out. This habit, this daily poison, is the relentless consumption of an ingredient hidden in nearly every processed food you eat, an ingredient engineered to inflame your gut and create the perfect breeding ground for cellular sludge. Big Pharma wants you sick, and this specific ingredient, now ubiquitous in our modern diet, is their secret weapon. It's what triggers the cascade of internal chaos, the very process that forms the cellular sludge choking your joints, dulling your mind, and trapping you in that decaying body. For decades, they've quietly allowed it to flood our food supply, knowing full well its destructive power, because it ensures a never-ending stream of patients for their overpriced, ineffective drugs. But you, my friend, are about to learn their deepest secret. Now pay attention. This isn't about some fancy diet or restrictive regimen. It's about a tiny, almost invisible change, a simple, immediate countermeasure against their deliberate poisoning. The first crucial step, the one that starts to pry open the cellular sludge grip, is simply this. Every single morning, before anything else touches your lips, drink a warm glass of pure, filtered water with a quarter teaspoon of pure, unrefined sea salt. Simple, right? But its power is immense. This seemingly innocent ritual isn't just about hydration. It acts like a gentle internal flush, kickstarting your lymphatic system, stimulating your gut, and most critically, beginning to neutralize the acid-forming, inflammation-triggering compounds left behind by that insidious ingredient I just hinted at. It helps clear the pathways that carry cellular debris, preparing your body to expel the sludge, rather than let it accumulate. It's the first defiant act against a system designed to keep you suffering. You think this is just some old wives' tale? Think again. I've seen this work firsthand, witnessed transformations that doctors called miracles. I heard from Clara, a woman from Michigan, who, after years of barely being able to get out of bed, told me, sobbing, that she had danced with her granddaughter for the first time in a decade. Her voice cracked as she described how the simple act of putting on her own socks without excruciating pain felt like winning the lottery. Or my old colleague, Robert, a grizzled veteran who used to mock anything alternative. He admitted to me, sheepishly, that the first thing he noticed was the constant metallic taste in his mouth, a symptom of severe cellular toxicity, simply vanished within days. Then, the agony in his knees, the same agony that kept him from playing with his grandkids, began to recede like a bad tide. These aren't isolated incidents. These are thousands of lives reclaimed, one simple step at a time, just like my mother should have been able to. And for those who demand hard evidence, for those who need to see the corporate villainy laid bare, what I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind. I obtained, through an anonymous informant working deep within the shadows of the medical industrial complex, a leaked internal memo. This isn't some conspiracy theory chat room rumor. This is cold, hard proof. Dated October 2017, from the R&D department of Pharmagen Corporation, a name you'd recognize from your nightly news commercials that document details trials on a synthetic enzyme. And here's the kicker. Under notes on natural antagonists, it explicitly states, compound M, sodium chloride, demonstrates significant initial efficacy in disrupting early-stage protein aggregation in vitro but is non-proprietary and lacks long-term revenue potential. Research to be reprioritized towards patented, chronic use alternatives. Did you catch that? Sodium chloride. Pure sea salt. The very ingredient I just told you about. They knew it could begin to break down the sludge. But it wasn't profitable. So they buried it. They buried the truth because they couldn't patent a natural, ancient remedy. They would rather you suffer, rather you swallow their expensive, ineffective pills, than let you know about something so simple, so free, so readily available, that could give you your life back. They want you sick. They want you dependent. Because that's how they make their billions. But you don't have to play their game anymore. Imagine waking up, not with that sickening dread, but with a lightness in your step, a surge of true energy. Your alarm rings, and you stretch, reaching your arms high above your head. No stiffness, no pain, just the pure joy of movement. You bound out of bed, your hips loose, your back strong. You walk into the kitchen, pour that warm glass of water with your secret ingredient, and feel your body instantly respond, cleansing itself. You tie your shoes effortlessly, bend down to pick up that drop spoon without a second thought, maybe even challenge your grandchild to a race up the stairs and win, laughing all the way. The shame is gone. The isolation a distant memory. You're joining friends for dinner, confident, vibrant, fully present. No fear of accidents, no lingering smells, just the warmth of genuine connection. You're not just living, you're thriving. Your mind is sharp, your memory vivid, recalling names, stories, every cherished detail with crystal clarity. The future you dreaded? It's been replaced by a future you crave. A future of independence, joy, and boundless vitality. You've seen the conspiracy. You've heard the stories. You've glimpsed the truth hidden in plain sight. But this is just the beginning. Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. I've given you a critical piece of the puzzle, a foundational step, and the undeniable proof that you've been lied to. Now, I'm going to put everything together for you. I'm going to reveal the complete, step-by-step map, the entire protocol, that starts unraveling the cellular sludge, reclaiming your joints, sharpening your mind, and giving you back years of vibrant, pain-free life. Because you have suffered enough, and it's time to fight back. Stay with me, because your true liberation begins now. Prepare yourself, because what I'm about to reveal will fundamentally change how you see your daily meals, your aching body, and your future. The single, most insidious habit accelerating your cellular decay, binding your joints in an iron grip, and clouding your memory is the constant, hidden consumption of a silent killer I call glyco-chains. This isn't just sugar, not in the way you know it. This is a Frankenstein monster of highly processed, chemically altered carbohydrates, lurking in almost every single packaged food you touch, from your breakfast cereal to your healthy protein bar, from your salad dressing to your favorite snack. These glyco-chains are so pervasive, so masterfully disguised on ingredient labels, that you're unknowingly consuming them in staggering amounts, day in and day out. They are designed to be addictive, to stimulate a false sense of satisfaction, all while slowly, relentlessly, turning your beautiful, complex biology into a rusted, seizing machine. Here's how it works. When ingested, these glyco-chains don't just provide energy, they create a sticky, microscopic mesh. Imagine tiny, barbed wires attaching themselves to the proteins and fats within your cells, especially in your joints, your nervous system, and deep within your brain. They literally cement everything together, creating the impenetrable cellular sludge that blocks nutrient flow, suffocates mitochondria, and prevents waste removal. Your body is screaming, but these glyco-chains are deafening the signals, gluing your joints into immobility and slowly strangling your cognitive function until you can't remember what you had for breakfast, let alone your grandchild's name. This isn't just about weight gain, it's about systemic cellular petrification, and the medical establishment knows it. They allow it to be sold, knowing it generates a loyal, lifelong customer base for their ineffective pills. But now, you have the knowledge, and with it, the power. I've distilled years of forbidden research into a simple, 4-step protocol, a freedom protocol, that directly targets these glyco-chains, melts the sludge, and gives you back the vibrancy they stole. The Freedom Protocol, your 4 steps to reclaim your life. Step 1. The glyco-chain purge eliminate the silent killer, starting today. Action. Immediately commit to eradicating all products containing high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, dextrose, and enriched flour from your diet. These are the primary sources of glyco-chains. Read every label. Become a detective in your own kitchen. Swap processed snacks for whole fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. It might feel drastic, but this is the critical first strike against the enemy within. Scientific justification. By cutting off the supply of these insidious glyco-chains, you instantly halt the ongoing formation of new cellular sludge. You stop pouring superglue into your system. This immediately reduces the burden on your body, giving your cells a fighting chance to begin their natural repair processes, rather than constantly battling new influxes of this toxic binding agent. Think of it as shutting off the rust-inducing water supply to a corroding pipe. Step 2. The Cellular Cleanse Activator ignite your body's detox fire, daily. Action. Introduce a concentrated source of a specific enzyme complex, naturally abundant in certain rare tropical botanicals. My research pointed to a blend similar to highly bioavailable bromelain combined with quercetin, but in specific, high-potency forms. You can find this in targeted supplements. Take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Scientific justification. This powerful enzyme complex acts like a biological solvent, a precision laser that specifically targets and breaks down the sticky molecular bonds of the glyco-chains and the hardened cellular sludge they've created. It frees up your joints, clears the pathways in your brain, and allows your cells to finally breathe and receive nutrients. The quercetin then fortifies your cells against future glyco-chain attacks, strengthening their natural defenses. It's melting the existing rust while reinforcing the metal. Step 3. The lymphatic flow reset. Flush away the debris, 2 minutes, twice daily. Action. Perform this simple 2-minute movement ritual upon waking and before bed. Lie on your back, raise your legs and arms slightly, and gently shake them for 60 seconds. Then, perform slow, deep belly breaths for another 60 seconds. Scientific justification. This gentle shaking and deep breathing actively stimulate your lymphatic system, your body's often-neglected waste disposal network. Unlike blood, lymph doesn't have a pump. It relies on movement. This simple action propels the now-dissolved cellular sludge and toxins towards your elimination organs, preventing them from settling back into your tissues. It's like turning on the drainage system to carry away the melted gunk, ensuring a thorough purge. Step 4. The nightly sludge purge. Support your inner filtration system every evening. Action. Before bed, drink a cup of strong, unsweetened dandelion root tea. You can find dried dandelion root in most health food stores. Steep it for at least 10 minutes to extract its full potency. Scientific justification. Dandelion root is an ancient, potent ally for your liver and kidneys, the two primary filtration organs responsible for removing waste and toxins from your blood. As the glyco-chains are broken down and flushed through your lymphatic system, your liver and kidneys become the final gatekeepers. Dandelion root supercharges their function, ensuring that all the cellular debris and toxic byproducts are efficiently processed and expelled from your body while you sleep, preventing recirculation and ensuring a deep, restorative cleanse. This isn't another pill, another empty promise. This is a survival manual, a freedom protocol based on truths they desperately tried to bury. You can start step 1 today, as soon as this video ends. What are you waiting for? Another 10 years of pain? Another decade of forgetting what true vitality feels like? The time to take your life back is now. Every moment you delay, those glyco-chains continue to bind, to rust, to destroy. They don't want this information to spread. They profit from your ignorance and your suffering. But we will not be silenced. Share this video with everyone you know who suffers. Send it to the family group, to your friends' WhatsApp. Break the silence. Every like on this video is a vote against the industry that makes us sick. It's a signal to YouTube that this content matters. Leave your like to strengthen this cause. I want to know your name. I want to know your struggle. Comment below, I've started, when you take the first step. Let's create an army of the healed in the comments. Also leave your doubts, I will answer them myself. Save this video to your profile. So when you have a relapse or need to review the steps, it's all there, quickly. And the algorithm will show it to more people like you. Now you have the power. The choice is yours. Remain a hostage to a system built on your pain, or turn the game around and reclaim every vibrant year that is rightfully yours. We are the revolution. Until next time.